Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Beauty Authority. I'm Tatiana Bito, Director of Aesthetic Content, and today I have with me Dr. Elaine Kung from Future Bright Skin Dermatology. And today we're talking about a really hot topic in aesthetic medicine, salmon sperm. Hi, Dr. Kung. How are you?
Hello. Hi, Tatiana. Thanks for inviting me to talk about this.
This is such a fascinating topic, and I know that you know all about it. So I'd love for you to enlighten us. What is salmon sperm, and why is it such a huge skincare ingredient right now?
So, salmon sperm DNA sounds, well, like really unique. But let me start demystifying everything for the audience. So, we're not talking about going out to the fish market, buying salmon sperm, and smearing it all over your face.
Right.
That is not what the rage is. So, salmon sperm DNA fragments are actually short chain DNA fragments called polyribonucleotides. So, we'll use the abbreviations PDRN for short.
Yes.
So, they are actually extracted from salmon seminal fluid and highly purified to make into cosmetic skincare and actually in a biocompatible gel matrix so that we could actually inject into someone's skin.
Now, that's one of the questions I have for you because we hear about the salmon sperm facial and also injections. In Korea, they have Regeneron, but we don't have the injections here yet, right?
So let me clarify this for everybody. Salmon sperm facials really means that the PDRN serum is used, I think, in adjunct to other cosmetic procedures that may temporarily disturb the skin barrier, like as an addition to microneedling or as an addition to laser therapy. Now, the PDRN serums may have better penetration with these procedures because, like anything in skincare, when we just apply it on the skin, and our skin is our body's first line of defense, like the wall is actually very strong. So if we just apply it, how much does it really get to penetrate? So it really has to be coupled with another cosmetic procedure. Now,
Right.
in terms of the injectable form, there's a company called Pharma Research in Korea, and they are the producers of the brand Regeneron. So in the United States currently, we actually have Regeneron in the serum form for those adjunct facial treatments that I just
Right.
talked about. And we actually have it in the gel form as well. It's distributed in the US currently. It is an FDA cleared medical device. FDA has not given the green light for injections yet.
And what are the benefits? What can people expect if they have a treatment like this?
So when we think about treatments, either in the topical form, like a daily skincare item, or as an adjunct to another procedure like microneedling or laser procedures, we're thinking of benefits on a more superficial level. So it would be better skin texture and also like a glow from the procedure. There's like a nice brightening effect.
Nice.
In the injectable format, which we can get in Asia, or even some providers in the United States may be using it off label. What we're doing is directly injecting the short chain DNA fragments derived from salmon sperm into the dermis, where that's where our fibroblasts that make collagen and elastin are, or the key skin cells that does cellular repair are. So in the injectable format, I think you have even better results for skin texture, tightening, firmness, even maybe reducing certain skin conditions. Like if someone is very prone to dryness, dehydration, sensitive skin, rosacea, some dullness, even skin tone, I think the injectable format would work even better.
And how long can you expect results to last? And if you need to do it more than once, what is a good protocol for maintenance?
So for using it as an adjunct to other treatments, I think it really depends on what the dermatologist you trust recommend, in the
Right.
sense that if they think that 3 sessions of microneedling or 3 sessions of laser would really achieve your skincare goals, that would be the schedule. Right? It really depends on what we're trying to fix or reverse. In the injectable format, it is recommended that there's an initial series of 3 to 4, anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks apart. And that's kind of the initial like jump start. And
Right.
afterwards, it could be a maintenance treatment of every 6 to 12 months.
And right now we're seeing some brands coming on the scene and including PDRN or salmon sperm as one of their ingredients. Is it just as beneficial to incorporate it in your skincare routine? Should we be buying salmon sperm serums and using them?
So I went to Korea 3 months ago to really experience Ridgeron myself.
Hmm.
Um, I went to one of the top dermatology clinics and treated by a very experienced injector so that I truly can understand and feel what it's like and what the rage is. And because I liked it so much, I brought Regeron into my office. And actually, for the whole week I was in Korea, I went to buy all these different brands
Right.
that had PDRN on their boxes to feel it myself. I really do think that because PDRN is highly purified, it's non irritating. If you find a brand that puts it in its moisturizer, it really does help give you like a nice radiant glow, like the glass skin that people talk about. Like even today when I'm on camera, I have a vegan form of PDRN on and just sunscreen. I don't really have any makeup on. So that's how good not only the Regeron treatment I had in Korea, but
Right.
also this skincare that I've purchased that has PDRN, I think has been very
Well,
helpful.
your skin looks beautiful, so that's a ringing endorsement, I would say. I'm sure you're doing other things. I mean, you're a board certified dermatologist, but that is a great ringing endorsement from you.
So that's why, when we talk about either, skincare form or you actually use it as an adjunct to another procedure, it works really well with everything else that we might be doing for maintenance, right? It works well with Botox, dermal fillers, lasers. Like I said, if you actually get a product that has PDRN in the moisturizer, it will play very well with our other favorite ingredients, like a vitamin C serum or like a retinoid. They do not counteract each other. When we were talking about sourcing, it's actually a very interesting story
Yeah,
about sourcing.
I was gonna ask you because one of the questions I keep getting from people who are interested in this treatment is how do they get the salmon sperm? I guess because it's such a funny name to call this ingredient, but how is it sourced? Where are we getting it from? Is it created in a lab?
So, one of the reasons why I'm a big proponent of the salmon sperm derived fragments of DNA is because it truly is upcycling ingredients. So, we're not even talking about recycling, we're upcycling. The salmon's sperm was something that was going to be chucked, like thrown away, as
Mhm.
a byproduct of the existing salmon fishing industry. So, instead of throwing the fluid away, it gets frozen and delivered to labs. And then it goes through this very rigorous and often patented
Mhm.
procedure called DNA optimization technology, where the DNA fragments are extracted from the salmon sperm, so to speak, but highly purified. So, impurities, proteins that may cause us to have an allergic reaction is taken out before it's put into skincare ingredients or before it's made into like a biocompatible gel. So I would say if you go with a reputable brand company,
Mhm.
um, I think this product it would be safe to use. Of course, I do always ask my patients whether or not they have a really severe seafood or fish allergy. Then we think of alternatives, right?
Right. Well, that's something to consider. Well, so you're saying it's not just a trend. If someone is interested in it, it is really going to give you that glow, address texture concerns, and for people who are struggling with dryness, dullness, or just want a youthful glow, it is something that is really going to work.
I think it really is going to work. And a really important factor is this is sustainable skincare.
Hmm.
So it's something that we could feel good about using. I mean, for people who are really more in tune with vegan products,
Mm.
there's PDRN or polyribonucleotides that are extracted from plants. In the same way, when we think about some exosomes are extracted from plants
Right.
instead of from human tissue,
Right.
right? But when we talk about exosomes, it's much harder to get. Really, it has to be from healthy donors, bone marrow, fat tissue, or umbilical cord. You can imagine it's harder to find the source material. So that's why I'm a big proponent of the salmon derived DNA fragments because the source is much easier to get. It's sustainable ingredients and also it's more stable.
Okay.
It means that the concentration that we expect to be in this vial, this syringe, or this cream is the concentration that we trust that it's on the label.
Okay, I have to start calling it salmon-derived DNA
Right.
fragments instead of,
Or PDRN is
yes.
really the term, yes.
Whenever I say polynucleotides to someone, they're like, "What did you just say?" So, salmon-derived DNA fragments works for me. When do you, not when, but do you expect for us to get FDA approval on the injections anytime soon?
I actually think so. Of course, the FDA is conservative
Mhm.
about us um, injecting products into our patients. Regeneron has had over 10 years safety data
Right.
in Korea. So it was first launched in 2014. And I think it would be hard pressed that there's no FDA approval
Right.
coming soon.
Well, we know that can be a really lengthy process, but like you said, they have an established history of safety and so and I'm sure a lot of clinical data. So we're going to cross our fingers and hope that it comes here soon enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Kung. This was really insightful and I know this is one of the hottest topics in aesthetic medicine right now. So I think you helped us clear some of the misinformation that's out there.
I really love doing this segment with you. I only talk about things that I think would work.
Yes.
I personally really love the skincare and also the procedure.
Well, I love that you immersed yourself in it and that you truly are an expert. And when I said, who can I talk to about this? I immediately thought of you. So thank you again for coming and speaking with the Beauty Authority today. Thank you.